Hey everyone, this is Real Truth again with a movie review for Infinity War. We just saw Infinity War twice. We didn't just, we've seen it twice. We didn't just see it twice. We would have just seen it for the second time. But actually, it's been a few days. We've had time to think about it. This movie called Infinity War. Me and Hector. Yeah. Because I kept cutting you off, so I was just trying to be quiet, so you could say.
Oh, no. I was just waiting for you to find your words with this like we didn't just see it, we saw it but it's okay because we had 2 days, but it's like we saw it twice and the
2 times.
Anyways, it is the best movie I've seen in a very long time.
10 years in the making, because Iron Man came out in 2008. This movie has like 30 to 50 different characters, stars, people who could literally be starring in their own movie elsewhere, and people who have.
No one feels under or overrepresented.
No, not at all, not at all. And for us, we didn't read the comics, the Infinity War comics. So okay, you know what? How about we just not tiptoe? Okay, so basically, I've seen a lot of reviews on this particular movie. Only one of them was not positive, and it wasn't terribly negative. But what I see most is, if you read the comics, if you read the comics, you would have thought this would have happened or this would have happened, but this is going to happen, and stuff like that. And why are people sad that these people, that your heroes are dying when you know damn well that there's going to be a sequel to Black Panther? By the way, spoilers. Why are you sad that these characters are dying? Okay, I want to address that because that is a dumb statement. I think that's a stupid statement. People are sad because these characters are dying. Could be for several reasons. Maybe some of these people don't know that these characters are going to be coming back, aren't sure that there's going to be a sequel. Maybe they aren't looking at all the YouTube videos and all the spoilers for future movies coming out.
I know I definitely am not.
There you go. And on the other side of that, maybe some of these people are like me. I can't speak for Hector. Maybe he feels the same way. But for me, when I see some of these characters die, I know that they're not going to be around immediately in the next movie. Maybe I wanted to see Captain America and Black Panther stay a team from the beginning, at the very beginning of the next movie, and fight or do whatever they have to do to get the other characters who did die back. But Black Panther's gone. Star-Lord is gone. Damn near all the Guardians of the Galaxy are gone. Maybe I wanted to see
who's left? Rocket.
And she wasn't
and
even.
She's only half a Guardian.
Right. She's half.
Like honorary. You can hang out with us.
Exactly. Because we know your sister, who's dead. Mm-hmm. Another character that I might have wanted to see in the next movie, not just see when they bring her back or if they bring her back. So I think don't be too hard on people who got sad.
But there's also the aspect of execution, because when Spider-Man goes, they designed that to hurt.
Yeah, Marvel. Damn.
So, even if I know, of course they're not going to leave Spider-Man dead. I'm probably not going to leave Spider-Man dead. Maybe they're going to go crazy, but, they're probably going to bring Spider-Man back. It still hurts.
Yeah.
Man.
When you watch...
It really made you feel that.
The movies, I'm hoping that even some of the people who liked it didn't go into the movies and just completely shut your emotions down and oh, he's dead.
Because if you did, you probably didn't have a good time in this movie.
I would imagine not, but maybe did. I had a very good time feeling the sadness along with the jokes, which would come very soon. Sometimes after sadness,
sometimes right in the middle of sadness, and
would still be funny, which was weird.
Still be funny, still not cut out the red. Whenever they would put it in the middle, or if they would put it at the end, they would let that segment complete. Yeah. It's you finished this segment of this deep feeling all right, cool. That's it for a second. Now here's a joke. Now we're ready to go. Or
and it was fun.
But they could put it in the middle too. They'd be like, here's this segment. Here's a quick little joke. Okay, we're right back to this.
Well, Thor. Thor. I felt when Rocket was like, well, time to be a captain, and he went over there and he talked to Thor. Thor starts crying. I felt that, and then like Rocket's like, well, I could lose a lot.
Right.
And it was like
I lose. You get a little chuckle, and then it goes right back into it when he gives him the eye, and it's a nice touching moment. And it's just like
touching moment with the eye, but then you find out where the eye came from, and it's just like you're laughing again. It's this movie just tap dances on your emotions. Tap dances. And I'm not talking Gregory Hines. I'm talking like old blind Sammy Davis Jr. tap dance, like you know what I'm saying, old grizzle tap dancing on your emotions. It's just so.
That's the second time you brought up Sammy Davis Jr. I don't remember what the other thing you said earlier today was.
Oh, because I was gonna make salmon, and I don't know why I said Salmon Davis. Anyway,
right.
So. Yeah, it's a great. I'm pretty hard. People, okay, you don't know me. If you keep watching the channel, you're gonna know me. You're gonna know Hector. You're gonna know us. Right now, you don't know us very well. People who know me know that I am very hard on a lot of movies that they like, and I tell people, don't listen to me. Go see a movie whether I like it or not, because sometimes I'm just hey, I don't like everything. And like for Black Panther, like if you've seen the other review on this channel, I gave it an 8.5 during that review. Well, after that review, I thought about it a little bit more, and I knocked it down to like a 7.5, 7.5, which isn't bad. It's good. I really enjoyed Black Panther. This movie's better. Yeah. I mean, heck, I enjoyed Thor Ragnarok more than I enjoyed Black Panther. It's a different type of thing, y'all know it's a comedy. And Thor he has more personality to me than Black Panther does. But these two, we're on Infinity War right now, okay? And all these characters are in Infinity War. It starts off outer space, right? And Thor and all of his people. And then there's Thanos, and they're on, because at the end of Ragnarok, his ship is intercepted by Thanos. They cross paths, Thanos' ship. So obviously at the beginning of this movie, you got Thanos on Thor's ship, Thanos with his henchmen. What'd you think?
Wait.
What'd you think of the scene?
The scene?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's a great scene. So the first time I saw it, I was actually kind of mad about it because it felt like it kind of negated the end of Ragnarok. We got everybody on the ship and we're escaping, hooray, we win, and then now everyone's dead.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like,
Yeah.
But the rest of the movie more than makes up for it, and it's just like, yeah, I can't fault this scene anymore because it sets up everything else so well. Like if we cut out part of that, it would hurt the rest of the movie, and I'm like, yeah. No, I'm good with it now.
And at some point in the movie, he does say half of his people.
He says half, but the ship explodes. I'm like, where are the other half? What did we do with them?
Maybe they escaped in some pods or something. Maybe they pulled the Last Jedi. They would have shown. I think they would have shown Valkyrie dead if she was dead. I'm hoping Valkyrie comes back because I like Valkyrie a lot. She's great. Yeah, she's great. I don't know why she has to do this all the time, but I like it. That's her thing. She does that. That's Valkyrie, all right? But, yeah, she wasn't there, and of course, and Heimdall died, and Loki. He could have killed Loki a lot of different ways, but crushing his throat the way he did, that was fucked up. Yep. One thing I was telling him yesterday was, we just moved into a new place, by the way, so I'm sorry for the lack of decoration, was that it came full circle from the Avengers to Infinity War with Loki. Because when Loki's talking to Iron Man in Infinity War, when Loki's talking to Iron Man in Avengers, Iron Man says, we have a Hulk. And in Infinity War, Loki gets the chance to say, we have a Hulk. And I was like, it was awesome.
And I didn't catch that the first time someone pointed it out to me.
It was awesome.
It's been a while since I've seen it. But, no, it's good.
That was good. This movie...
Character arc for Loki.
Yes, and then he's dead. I'm hoping that some characters stay dead, even though I love all the characters.
Some probably should because we killed off half the universe.
Yeah.
And like if nobody stays dead, then what was the point of killing off half the universe? Like it lessens the experience if we're just gonna bring everybody back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there needs to be stakes. There are no ass shots in this movie. DC, I'm talking to you. There are no ass shots in this movie. So we saw Justice League together, and as you may already know, that is not a great movie. Some would say it's terrible. I would be somewhere in that category. I am not attracted to Gal Gadot. I'm not attracted to Gal Gadot. All right, I think she is an attractive lady. I am not attracted to Gal Gadot. However, and maybe this is why I was able to notice it even more. But in Justice League, there are a whole bunch of ass shots in that movie. Yeah, it was too much for me. I was like, I'm done. Like, I can't see around your ass right now. Because you're talking to Cyborg, and I'm like, can you move, please? Whereas in Infinity War, there are characters who I think are attractive, and I am also attracted to Scarlet Witch and several others. And so I would have been okay with some ass shots, but there weren't any, and I think that's pretty cool. I think that was cool because, and there also weren't any like gratuitous like the male. Because if you're a man and you got a body in a movie, you probably gonna be shirtless. If it's an action movie, you probably gonna be shirtless at some point. I don't remember seeing any of that either.
Is anybody in shirtless?
The Hulk, I guess, so he's a CG. But yeah, so this movie, like this, I don't know if they know they did that. But yeah, Marvel, you made a movie with no ass shots. No, that was cool. My favorite character is Captain America. Not because I haven't read the comics, and I'm glad that I haven't read the comics because this is all a new experience for me. I'm not going in there saying, like, when we went in there were people that were like, oh, don't be sad when such and such. It's like, yeah, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that person. I want to be, like, for the first time, experience this stuff, right? I mean, reading is fundamental, though. Read, yes, but I'm glad I didn't read these comics.
So, real quick, if I can interject here. So you started with Captain America is your favorite character?
Yes.
Are you talking about in this movie?
I was
MCU overall.
I segued because I was like, well, let me come back to that. So why Captain America is my favorite character, and he wasn't at first. Okay, so but then what was the first movie we saw? It was Iron Man, and then Captain America came a little bit later, and then and I didn't really shine very well with the first Captain America movie.
Well, it wasn't.
And then there are a lot of people who really liked it, but in Avengers, that's when I fell in love with Captain America. And then Winter Soldier came out after that. And if you ain't in love with Captain America by Winter Soldier, you're in love with Captain America after Winter Soldier. Usually, But yeah, first off, I like Chris Evans. Chris Evans is awesome. Okay, so that helps. I mean, actually, that's pretty much what really does it for me. Is Chris Evans is awesome. He's my favorite person in the out of all the characters, out of all the people who are in those movies, because I've seen a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, and as far as because we're fight geeks, and as far as physical action goes and the timing, he is better than everybody else to me, as far as that goes. He's like able to move. He's just when he moves. He's able to. He's like he catches that stop, catches the head. You can see the ankle, the foot get rooted into the ground. His body, like he can do all those things at different times. Whereas a lot of the other ones, they're not as in tune with their body. It seems. And they're still awesome. They're just they ain't on his level. I don't think. And that's. So I got the physical aspect, and then he's a good actor aspect, and I like the character. So all those things in one. Captain America's my favorite Avenger. So yeah, what about you?
Me, I don't know. I'd have to look back and go over a lot of the movies again before I could say like for sure. That may need to be its own video.
Yeah,
honestly, just like an analysis of how the different characters fight.
So when he showed up at the in the train station, okay, so I'm a grown ass man, and this movie had me saying "fuck yeah" several times, like out loud. I was like, this movie, it makes you vocal. It's.
I'm not a vocal moviegoer. I did not exclaim things in the theater, but I didn't have as much of an issue with other people doing it as I might usually. Because I just like, for the most part, when I'm at a theater, I want everybody to just shut up and then watch this movie, right? In this case, like, I could hear all like, fuck yeah, and I'm just there like, yeah. You know?
Yeah, no, it's...
Nothing escapes my mouth, but I'm just nodding along like,
yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I agree with this man saying fuck yeah around here.
Biggest pop was for Thor's return to Earth when he comes in.
Both times we've seen it, the entire theater broke into applause.
Yeah.
And again, I did not clap, but I had no problem with it because it was that much of just a huge moment of like, yep, here I am to kick names and take ass.
The other biggest pop was in the first. Okay, so for the first, when we went to see it the first time, because we weren't in Harlem, the second biggest pop was for Captain America showing up.
Yes,
at least, right? Am I remembering correct? Okay, so it was for Captain America, and that happens before Thor. So that was the biggest pop until Thor. Oh.
If we're talking about, how did you put him?
Harlem.
Yeah,
because in
Harlem, the second biggest pop was definitely Wakanda. But
yep. Yeah, and what we mean by Harlem is we went to see it on the east side. So for our second viewing, ain't no shame in that, but I know. So Wakanda forever. Yeah, so that was cool. Still, General Okoye is like just my shit. Like when Thor trips and she looks at him like,
not Thor.
The Hulk
Buster.
The Hulk, Bruce Banner
and the Hulk Buster.
Yeah. When he trips.
And then when Scarlet Witch shows up and throws all the wheels around.
Why was she up there the whole time? I'm so glad.
And then we immediately find out why she was up there the whole time. So
yeah. General Okoye, I'm glad she didn't die. I want so much more of her. So much more. And I commented on Facebook before I saw the movie. I was like, look, this is what I want to see. I want to see Okoye team up with Black Widow. I think I feel like I threw another name in there, but it wasn't Scarlet Witch. But Scarlet Witch needed to be there and that made a great ass team. So I got to see that. I wanted to see Captain America team up with. That's what it was. I wanted to see Cap, Panther, Widow, and Okoye.
I just gotta say, I know you didn't mean this, but you referred to the three females as a great ass team.
I stand by my words. Villains. What do you think about the villains?
The villains. So it was Thanos' movie, and that's what it should have been, because Thanos is a phenomenal character in this movie, and it's great. Like I heard someone say earlier that there was no character development on any of the Avengers, and I'm not sure I completely agree with it, but it's at least mostly right. And that's because, like you said, we had 10 years. We didn't really need that. We've kind of established these characters. Trying to develop that many characters in a single movie would have led to just nothing working. I think Marvel made the smart move and was like, okay, we know these guys. We already identify with them. Let me make everyone identify with the villain, too. All right, let me develop the villain into someone. Because we're still going to root for the good guys.
We know them. They're family now. The Avengers are family now.
Mm-hmm.
It's, for us diehard fans of the Marvel movies, Avengers are family. We know.
Yeah, we've already built the Avengers. We've built their relationships. Mm-hmm. Let's build the other side of this equation now.
Mm-hmm.
And give you some real depth in this movie. I've said this a couple times in different, scenarios, but he is logic devoid of morality. He is the embodiment of the cold calculus of all right, Let me kill these 500 people to keep these 501 alive.
Yeah.
Right? That is Thanos.
He has the biggest twisted heart. I've said this several times to him, but I'm saying it to y'all for the first time. That he has the biggest ass backwards heart of any villain I've ever seen in a comic book movie. I haven't seen all comic book movies, most of them, but this guy is great. He's gonna go on my Mount Rushmore, of course, of supervillains in comic books. Of course, it's gonna be for me.
I expect to see a model of this at some point.
Okay,
that's gonna be one of our decorations.
For real, right? It's gonna have to be for me. It would have to be Thanos, General Zod, and I'm talking about original General Zod from Superman 2. Is had been my favorite comic book movie villain. That's like quoting him. He's ridiculous. He's so 80s, and he's so, yeah. I like him. And Killmonger, Joker from Dark Knight. Is it Dark Knight? Dark Knight.
Yeah.
And I can't think of any others right now. I feel like when I was thinking about it, actually, I was thinking of Thulsa Doom from Conan the Barbarian. Because Thulsa Doom, it's James Earl Jones. It's James Earl Jones with long, permed hair talking about, come to me, my child. I mean, it's James Earl Jones, right? Contemplate this on the tree of woe. Anyway, his henchmen.
Yeah.
What do you think about them?
They had personality, but they never stole the show. Like there were. Let me see, three with personality? There was the woman with the elf dude. There was the woman with the horns, and then there was
Squidward.
Yeah, Squidward. Mm-hmm. And then there were a selection of like gigantic. I got a hammer. Dudes.
I grunt and hit things really hard.
Yeah, I mean they're basically just there to provide something to be hit.
Which was still cool because they looked
it's fine because
different from the scribbly, the forearm things. But yeah, I mean you gotta have a heavy on the teams.
Yep.
Squidward was definitely my favorite from the beginning, from the start, where he's just like, rejoice. I don't know his lines, but he's all like making people feel like they should feel blessed that Thanos is murdering them.
Yeah.
And he's just he delivers his lines like he truly believes what he's saying, and
he definitely had like the biggest personality out of
him. Him and Doctor. Okay, so Doctor Strange. I
disliked him the most.
Disliked him the most, yeah. But I wanted to see him more,
I mean, it was good villain design.
Yeah, there you go. I mean,
it was especially a good juxtaposition to Thanos, who you don't like, but you can't like completely disagree with sometimes. Like, yes, you can disagree on moral grounds easily, but you're like, I mean, but I get where you're coming from, but no, But then there's what's his actual name? Like the Maw? Is that what it was? Who was the Maw? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Squidward. Let's keep calling him Squidward.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Squidward, on the other hand, is like you're just like no, but no though. So he is the bad guy that you just completely are like, no, you're wrong. Just stop.
Thanos is doing all the killing, but why do we want Squidward to take one straight up there? We want Squidward to die. But
it's also good to just kind of throw that in next to Thanos, so we remember, these guys are the bad guys. We don't want them to win.
Yeah, exactly. Squidward keeps you grounded.
Give you a place to direct your hatred.
I wasn't a Doctor Strange fan. I am not.
Neither of us were super impressed with his movie.
Bored. It put me to sleep almost.
I liked the way he defeated his big bad in his movie because it was something different, and it was done with a mind game rather than like let me shoot some beams of light, let me punch a dude.
Yep, that was good.
It was cool. Mm-hmm. So I did like that, but overall the movie not that impressed with.
Right. He
showed up for this movie.
You don't wreck a hurricane. He showed up for this.
Movie.
I'm not because So one of the reasons why I'm not real big into Strange, yes, his movie to me it bored me. Sorry. I didn't really like him as a person a lot, very much and stuff. The end, I agree with him. The ending was cool, but I'm not big into magic. I'm not big into overpowered characters, and I'm not big into magic. So I got that going for me to not be a big fan of Doctor Strange. Man, but y'all nailed it in this movie. I mean, like, magic is one thing, but when you're doing magic kung fu, it's like for me. I mean, I need
that's
those
what it was
visuals.
supposed to be in Doctor Strange too.
Yeah,
I think
they did do that.
Like
I was just It's for me. It worked better in this movie.
I think so too.
A lot better. And he had his sidekick who was cool.
Mm-hmm.
They were both really, really cool. So yeah. There's not one character characters that I was kind of like iffy on in this movie.
Yeah.
They all get up to that level. I was not expecting Groot, Rocket, and Thor. Who's expecting Groot, Rocket, and Thor?
Yeah.
And it was wonderful. Red Skull shows up.
Red Skull shows up.
Not played by Hugo Weaving this time. I don't remember the person who's playing him, but he's not. It's not Hugo this time. But Red Skull shows up, and that was kind of cool. So I mean, if you hopefully seen all the movies because they're all entertaining. You know who Red Skull is from the first Avenger, and first Avenger, not the first Avengers movie, Captain America: First Avenger. When Thanos needs to go get the
Soul Stone.
The Soul Stone, yeah. So Thanos has an obsession with bubbles. Thanos likes bubbles.
Yeah.
There are several times in this movie where he uses the
Reality Stone to just make things into bubbles.
You could have done so many other things, Thanos, but bubbles. Alright. You do realize that the Guardians of the Galaxy exist. They gonna call you on the bubbles. I'm sure at some point, one of them, if Quill comes back.
To be fair, right now,
they can't do it.
The Guardians don't exist.
They can't do it, but if they come back.
And unexisted.
True. I could see Stark calling on the bubbles too. But goes to get the Soul Stone. The Soul Stone, which I heard a rumor like somebody was saying it was in Wakanda. I was like, oh, so Africans got soul. Okay. But no, it goes to get the Soul Stone with.
I mean, it still required a black lady. I'm going to have.
She's green in this movie, but yes, played by a woman of color. So with Gamora, who's another character. Well, what character do I not like now, right?
I don't think it was a bad character in this movie.
And Drax did Drax, and against Thanos, I mean, he did the best he could.
I mean, he actually got some hits in.
He did. The slide to the It has to kill Gamora to get the Soul Stone. Doctor Strange gives up the Time Stone. I'm guessing in this 14 billion or whatever scenarios, in most of them, if not all of them, he had to give that stone up. Even in the one where they won. I'm
guessing because he says like there's no other way before he faces it. So I think he knows like this is gonna happen. I think he knows basically how it's going to play out so that they win. Yeah. Star-Lord messes it up for everybody because Star-Lord is being Star-Lord. Yeah. So we've seen 2 Guardians of the Galaxies. If Star-Lord hadn't messed it up, if Rocket were there, he probably would have messed it up. I mean, the Guardians are dumb. All right. Look at Drax messed it, right? Drax ruined their they were sneaking up on. They were no, because remember that was
the reality
time anyway.
True, but if it hadn't been, Drax still messed it up. I mean, he was in the process of.
I guess they probably couldn't have taken Thanos anyway.
Hell no, they would have taken. Hell no.
Like even if like the plan that the 4 of them had, the 4 of them, Thanos was there. Yeah, true. Like no. They wouldn't have been able to stop Thanos.
They wouldn't.
Drax could have like shot himself out an airlock and done like just as much damage as he did.
Well, the point I'm trying to make is the Guardians are dumb. That's all I'll say there.
Yeah.
But damn it, we love them. And then Scarlet Witch could have destroyed the Time Stone much earlier than she started.
The Mind Stone.
Mind Stone. What did I say? Time Stone. Mind Stone. Much earlier than she started. And so that kind of gave Thanos. But you know what?
I mean, there's a good reason for that.
Yeah, it's
it makes sense.
Really, the only one that really messed up was Quill. I mean, Quill, what's her face was on the same planet, her sister.
Nebula.
And was Nebula holding him down at the same time? Because I feel like
I'm sure they were all...
Okay. Because I feel like somebody should have just... No.
I'm not... kind of did. He actually let go of Thanos to try and stop him.
That's
from
true. And it was just
engaging.
a little too late. Yeah. And this is not me saying, something's wrong with the movie. No,
he stopped just short of actually...
Mm-hmm. That's character. There's your character, not development. But I mean, it's
characters like
doing character
being
shit.
true to character.
Right.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
We haven't really talked about any of the action, like in a deep manner. There's
So the action, this movie has. By the way, this movie has some action in it.
So yeah,
a little bit. I'm gonna say for Fight Geeks. This is a CG heavy movie, so you don't come out saying
it's not like watching John Wick like, oh, that was a cool move, mm-hmm. Like, it's not like that. There's one bit at the beginning where Hulk charges Thanos, knocks him into a wall, and they have a brief engagement.
Squidward's like, let him have his fun.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, Hulk is doing it, and then when Squidward says, let him have his fun, I'm like...
Because when this started, I was over here like, okay, but they can't take out Thanos right now.
I thought it was going to be longer, though. I just thought it was going to be a little bit more. Because one thing I have heard from the comics, from people who read the comics, some person told me that Thanos, one thing he said about Hulk was that's one person he would never wants to really tangle with or something. I don't know, some crazy thing. Anyway, go ahead.
But anyway, so yeah, in this one engagement, so Hulk pins him to a wall, Thanos pries him off, and then goes
He goes raid redemption on his ass.
Yes, he just starts like brings him into a knees, like taking out legs and everything, and it's a couple seconds long.
Yeah,
but how does Jay put it? Has some jugs.
He threw them jugs.
Boom, bam! See that? Get your ass out of here. I'm like, what? That's what I was telling him. I was like, I didn't... Giving the Hulk them jugs, man. I didn't see that part. Giving them the jugs, homie. Heavy jugs, too.
Personally, I like the fight between Thor and the Hulk on Thor Ragnarok when Thor, goes through his old arc of becoming Sparkly Man. Mm-hmm. More... Maybe because there's a real person in there somewhere. But, this was awesome. I mean, Thanos did his thing.
It looked good. It was the fight that had the actual, the movement to it. All the other fights were much more CG. No. My favorite fight in this movie is when Captain America shows up. Because I'm not saying it's the best movie. I'm saying, that did have plenty of, that was actual.
Oh, I thought you were saying this was.
No, I'm saying this was the fight that had the fight geek stuff. The actual combinations.
Okay.
The things you'd be like, oh, cool. I want to look at that and see how to do it.
See, I would say that the Captain America fight. Because here's the thing.
But a lot of that was like it's not like the martial arty stuff.
Okay, all right. So if you're wanting to go down and dirty, then this one's more down and dirty. For me, Captain America fight is more complex because it's what was it, 3-on-2, and the back and forth is Captain America catches the spear and then throws it to, and you don't know Black Widow's there until she catches it was like he broke it and threw a piece at her, and then she and then and then Captain's back on him with the But
that was definitely the more complex fight. But this is as far as taking someone's fight choreography and being like that is a thing. Mm-hmm. That was the fight for this movie. The rest of it, because there was a lot of CG. There was that fight, yes, and then some parts in the big war at the end.
The war.
That had some small parts of it, but like Okoye and.
Oh yeah, okay. So those are the three fights. So we got Hulk versus Thanos. We got Cap and his team versus the two henchmen trying to take Vision's Mind Stone.
The two henchmen that are not Squidward.
Right. Horn Girl and
Elfman.
Then we need to find the names of these characters.
Yeah.
And then yes, Okoye and Black Widow and Scarlet Witch
against Hornley again.
Badasses.
But a point I wanted to make about the CG is like it's not just like beams of light shooting out everywhere.
Right.
You know, it's actually other stuff.
Right.
Like Doctor Strange's stuff, for example. You know, it's kung fu.
Doctor Strange's fight with Thanos I thought was really cool.
Yeah, because he's also not just shooting light beams. He's like actually like. They're shooting attacks and like dispelling them. Every time, and then he like splits into a whole bunch of dudes, chains him down, and then Thanos breaks out of that and just.
That was cool, Marvel. Yeah. That was really cool.
Thanos threw a moon at people.
Thanos threw a ma-topping moon at Iron Man.
I have to say that scene made me laugh both times when he's on the bus and his spider sense tingles and he just looks out the window and there's a big old thing in the sky and I'm like, it's right there.
It's right there.
You do need the spider sense. Like.
Yeah, all you need is peripheral. We're all gonna die. Yeah. The after credit scene. There is one, which when Thanos sits at the end, because Thanos wins, and at the end when he's sitting there content, and the theater is crying. I was done. I was like, you don't need an after credit scene for this because damn, right? And they nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
They nailed it.
Yeah. It took nothing away from the end of the movie because both Maria Hill and Nick Fury die. So
Maria
it's like it left all of the everyone's dying. Like, shit is fucked up.
I was not expecting...
left that
when Maria died, I wasn't expecting Sam. I wasn't expecting... I was expecting one to... I was either going to be one or the other, and when she started, I'm like, okay, so Sam's going to live. No!
Nope. They took him away, too, but he did his thing, what he was doing.
Did his mother... effing thing. And the thing is, like, the whole time he was dying, I was like, please let me say it.
Yeah, no, I was like, I knew what they were gonna do. I knew he was gonna start and it was gonna cut off before.
Because you knew he couldn't say it. Yeah. So I was like, this is the best time.
He's got it. Yeah, there it is. Mm-hmm. All right, cool. But it's so there's two things that happen when you predict something like that, depending on the execution and everything and what it's supposed to be. Either you predict something like that, and then it plays out and you're like, yep, saw that coming. That was stupid. Or, which was the case in this one. You see it coming, and then it happens, and you're like, yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
So.
That's how you kill Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
That's how you kill Sam Jackson. And notice we call him Sam Jackson, not Nick Fury.
I mean, I called him Nick Fury when I said he died, but.
I always call him Sam Jackson. I don't give a damn who you play in a movie, you'll always be Sam to me. And then, so Captain Marvel, yeah. Wonderful. You got my money. You got my money for life.
I have no idea how they're gonna top this, but I really want to see them try because if they pull it off, then my God.
Expectations. Before watching this movie, only saw the teaser. I didn't need to see anything else.
If they pull off the next movie, then like the past 10 years of Marvel movies could have been absolute shit, and then these two movies would have made up for it.
Yeah. True. People talk about going to movies, and when you don't like a movie, if there are people out there, I call them hypocritics, because when you and the hypocritic dislike the same movie, everything's good. When you and the hypocritic like the same movie, everything's good. The minute you disagree with the hypocritic, and the hypocritic likes a movie, and you dislike the movie that the hypocritic likes, then it's like, well, I just go to be entertained. I just go watch movies to be entertained. I don't understand why you can't just go watch movies to be entertained. Excuse me? Okay, so what? I didn't go in with any expectations. I didn't go in with any. Why'd you go in with expectations? I just go in to be entertained. Okay, people who do that need to jump off a cliff. They're lying. They're full of shit. First off, it's okay to disagree. I got people on Facebook that don't even really talk to me anymore because I didn't like the last and they aren't even in the movie. So it's okay to disagree. You know, it's okay to disagree, and also, it's okay to go into movies with expectations. It's almost impossible actually to go into a movie without expectations. Like, if you go see Infinity War and you don't, if you went to see Infinity War and all the characters were replaced with DC characters, you'd be like, because you're expecting Marvel characters, you're gonna go, if you go see Gremlins and there ain't a gremlin in the movie, or you go see a movie and you've never heard about, you don't know anything about, but the name of the movie is When a Bear Strikes, and a bear don't strike nobody in that movie, you're going to come out of the movie being like, you know, I would have thought there would have been
a bear.
Maybe.
Somewhere in there.
Maybe.
I just like a reference. Maybe not
even
an actual bear.
Right, it
like,
could have been the team,
is this a line in the movie, you know, like some sort of metaphor that a character uses that explains the movie? And
right.
It's like,
a large burly man. I don't, you know, so so damn that. I went into this movie with expectations. It's exceeded my expectations. I'm going to go into the next Marvel movie with expectations. Sorry, it's going to happen. All right? I give this movie a 10. I haven't given any comic book movies a 10. And Blade is my favorite comic book movie. And when I say Blade, I mean the first and second one, I kind of like fused them together. That movie doesn't get a 10. Infinity War gets 10 for me. What do you think?
I think I would also give it a 10. I think my scale might be a little bit more generous than yours, but that takes nothing away from this. I give this movie a 10.
Well, there you have it. Anything else you want to talk about before we wrap this up?
We didn't actually talk about the Star Destroyers.
There's Star Destroyers.
So once Thanos has all of the stones except the Mind Stone,
which is in Wakanda,
in Vision's head in Wakanda,
mm.
he's coming into Earth to, or rather, he has sent his cronies to go to Earth and get the stones. So what, like Horn Lady,
Elfman,
yeah. So they've got their ship up there,
and Hope,
and they start on this shot of space, and there's these big triangles that start moving off
towards her.
And the first time we're watching it, I hear John go, like, in my head, I'm like, that looks like a Star Destroyer. And then I hear John over on the side, Star Destroyer. I'm like, look at him. But yeah, because that's what they are, except they end up, like, basically, in order for Star Destroyers to do what these things did, they would have to, like, fall in and land on their butts.
Yeah.
And then just start spitting out monsters everywhere.
Yeah.
But they looked like Star Destroyers. Mm-hmm. I think that was the main point of this discussion, was that Star Destroyers.
Yep. So the best part of The Last Jedi is actually in Infinity War. Oh, man. Dislike. So I hope you liked the review. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments because we're going to read them. Likes and dislikes, I read all the comments.
Okay.
I'm shallow.
Do we have that many?
I'm shallow. Yeah, we got comments on...
But like, I'm saying, do we have enough that...
No, so people need to subscribe. You need to subscribe. Okay, please subscribe. We're going to be reviewing more movies. And not always new movies. Because we're going to review some terrible movies. Subscribe. Comment below. Let us know what you think. Like I said, we both give it a 10. Thank you for watching. And we'll see y'all next time.